Hey there YouTubers, this here is Rob with Rob's Mods, and I'm coming at you with a how-to video. This is how to blackwash. Alright, let's get started. Okay, I'm doing this video because I noticed not a lot of people, or I haven't seen a good blackwashing tutorial on YouTube. And I decided, well, you know, there's probably some beginners out there who are wondering how I blackwash, and they can't find a video, so I'm going to do one. Alright, so there's a couple different ways to blackwash. There's your thick way of just using straight paint right out of the bottle, or there's your thin down paints. See that? That's really thin. I use both. On parts that have big, let's say big holes that I need to blackwash, I'll use a thick paint right out of the bottle, and then I'll take a Q-tip and wipe off the lines. Now when I'm doing something very small, things that need to be washed, like, well, let me see if I can get this with the magnifying glass. Very small, like, hold on, very small grill pieces, I'll use a thinner wash because I just find it easier to do. Okay, so here we go. Now, as you can see, oh, I just dropped my paintbrush. Right up my pants. Okay, whatever. That's alright. So see, this is very thin. It's like pretty much the consistency of water. See, it runs right down. This is what you want with a thinner wash. This one's actually a little bit thin, but it still works. Now, how to do that? You take your Bottle Master Flat Black. This is enamel. Depending on what you're using, depending on what you are using, is you have to go through different steps. And then you just take some of your Testors enamel thinner and brush cleaner. You mix it up. This is just basically like 2 drops of that black paint and 1 little cup full, about half a cup full of thinner. Half a lid. That lid, just fill that up about halfway and dump it in there. This has a pretty good texture. A little bit, a little too thick on here. I can actually thicken it up. Alright, let me show you what the end product is going to look like. Here's my Cadillac grills. Just blackwash them. Hold on, let me get this. My Cadillac grills. Blackwashed. 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 The wheels are blackwashed. That's blackwashed. Oops. And that's blackwashed. And the air compressor, you can't really see it. That right there is blackwashed. And that's blackwashed. Alright, so that's what you're shooting for. Okay, I'm gonna show you on this I don't know what car this came out of. I think it's a Dodge something. Okay, so you just kind of stir it up a little bit. Depending on your size, is to just test it out with a little bit. Start off with. Yeah, you see that, right? Yeah. And you're pretty much just gonna see when I hit that like that, it spreads it around. Now, my camera isn't the greatest on these fine details. So as you can see, it's darker in some places and lighter in others. You don't really want that. You want to consistently load your brush up with more paint and keep going over it. Now this may take a couple times, because when it dries, sometimes it won't turn out dark enough. That's okay. Just go back over it, do the same thing. See how that just spreads out all over? That's what you want. And there you go. Spreading. A little low spot there, but I'll get that. A little bit more paint on there. And see, it'll just start filling up all these holes. Take a little bit more paint. Filling up all that backing. All that. All this. And those holes there. Okay, so now what you have is a completely blackwash grill. I know it's not perfect, I just did it really quick, so it's not the greatest. It's got dark spots and light spots. I just did it really quick, so that's basically about how quick you could do it. Very simple. This took me about 5 minutes. The windshield took me about a minute. That took me about 4 minutes. And those took me about 30 seconds apiece. 5 seconds and 1 second. Very time efficient doing it that way. Now, a lot of my models I did with the thick paint. They turned out alright, but I prefer using cutting the paint and just doing it that way, and just doing multiple coats if you have to. Alright, my battery's about to die, so I will post this up and talk to you guys later. See ya.